Hey everybody, it's the Aries1999 coming back at you with another video. Now, I've got to be honest, I don't actually know what to do for today's video. I actually kind of feel silly about this. I probably should have thought of something before I started recording. Wait, I have an idea.
I know! We can act like plants! Photosynthesis! Photosynthesis!
Yeah, plant folk. Let's do it. What? You think this is a dumb episode theme? Just watch me. I'm sure that playing as a plant could be fun. Now, as you probably noticed by now, all of the official races are humanoid, but there are a few plantae monsters, one of the most common of which is Treant. I've gone ahead and made my own stance for using Treant as a race. So, if you want to play as a Treant to
Tree powers activate!
Now, treants are often between 7 and 15 feet tall, and their creature size is large. They have a base walking speed of 35. They reach maturity around age 30, and they can live of hundreds and sometimes even upwards of thousands of years. Now, as a treant, you have the photosynthesis feature. This feature gives you resistance to radiant damage, and you don't need to eat, but rather survive off of water and sunlight. And in place of food, you must root yourself into the ground to absorb nutrients somewhere for at least 6 hours, and this will count as your long rest. When you take a short rest, you may roll your hit die an additional time if you are in direct sunlight. Now, once a day, you may use your reaction to take no damage from a radiant attack and instead heal however much that would have dealt you, and you may do this an additional time per day for every 5 levels that your character gains. Also, since you're one with nature, you gain proficiency with the nature skill. And with your Sylvan ancestry, you gain the cantrip Thorn Whip. Starting at 5th level, you may cast the Speak with Plant spell once a day for free. And starting at 11th level, you may cast the Travel by Plant spell once a day for free. Now, you can choose whatever kind of tree you want, and your appearance should reflect as such. And for a fun fact, treants were actually known as Ents in early versions of Dungeons & Dragons, but the name had to be changed due to a copyright conflict with Lord of the Rings. Now, let's say that maybe instead of a tree, you want to play as a flower.
Official flower business.
For that, we're going to go over a race called Al-Rayyan, which I got off of the D&D wiki, and I'll be linking to it down in the description. For ability score increases, wisdom goes up by 2. When it comes to aging, they grow from a sapling for about 5 years, and after that they can live for about 750 years. Their height is often between 5 and 6 feet, and they weigh between 60 and 120 pounds. The creature size is medium, and the base walking speed is 25 feet. Now, their creature type is considered to be both humanoid and plant. And as a plant, they can attempt to hide even when only lightly obscured by foliage or other natural events like snow or rainfall. However, they're also vulnerable to fire damage. Now, Al-Rayyan don't sleep, but they root themselves similar to how treants do. If they're rooting in favorable soil, then their rest only takes 4 hours, but it takes a full 8 hours in poor soil. They also have a cool feature called Rayyan Pollen, and it's got a different effect depending on what kind of flower that you're playing as, but basically a defending creature will have to make a Constitution saving throw equal to 8 plus your Wisdom modifier plus your proficiency bonus. Now, as I just mentioned, there's several sub-races since there's a lot of different flowers out there. They are Sunflower, Rose, and Venus Flytrap. Sunflower Al-Rayyan are known for their generally bright yellow petals as well as for their friendly nature. For ability score increases, their constitution score goes up by 1, and they have the Brave feature, which gives them advantage on all saving throws against being frightened. They also have Solar Affinity, which when they roll a hit dice in bright sunlight, they can add their proficiency bonus to each roll. And as an action, while in bright sunlight, they can recover a number of hit points equal to 1d8 plus Constitution, and they can do this a number of times equal to their proficiency bonus, but gain all expended uses back when they complete the long rest. Their pollen effect is the same as that of a calm emotion spell. Now, rose Al-Rayyan have generally darker vines and small protruding thorns, deep red petals, and their delicate figures are a testament to their manipulative and controlling natures. For their ability score increases, their charisma goes up by 1, and they have a beautiful appearance and a magnificent voice, so they're proficient in the persuasion skill. And they also have a really cool feature where they can produce a sweet nectar from their mouth, and when another creature swallows it, must make a Constitution saving throw or fall unconscious for an hour. Each time it takes damage, the creature can repeat the saving throw, and it wakes up after an hour regardless. Now, you can only use it once per long rest though, and the effect of their pollen is that of a charm person spell. Now, the Venus Al-Rayyan are often smaller and quieter, and they have by far the most varied petal shades of all the different kinds of Al-Rayyan out there. Their dexterity score increases by 1, and they have natural camouflage, which is when they make a stealth check to hide in heavy foliage, they are considered to be proficient in the stealth skill if not already, and doubly proficient if they were already proficient in stealth. Now, their vines can be extended outwards for up to 20 feet at will, and they can be used to hang from trees while staying hidden, grapple targets, grab things, move them around, but they can't quite be used as weapons. So it's kind of like the effect of Mage Hand, but it can hold more weight. And their pollen effect is that it renders their victims mute and gives them disadvantage on all perception checks. As you can see, there are some similarities between Treants and Al-Rayyans. Another thing that they have in common is that they don't naturally come into existence, but rather must be magically created from regular plants. As for plant classes, there's the Druid, which is like a master of nature, and you can also play as a nature cleric, both of which are detailed in the player's handbook. If these are interesting to you, then I hope you have fun playing as a plant. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and tell me what you think down in the comments section. Bye!